Bubba G is teaching Bible basics for all those who want to know, but especially those 10 and under, because you need to learn the Bible. In the last video, we were looking at Samson. Yes, Samson came against the Philistines, and he killed them with the jawbone of a donkey, and he sang a song about it. I killed him with the bone, I killed him with the bone. Something like that. In this video, we're going to see Samson and Delilah, because the Philistines were having so much trouble with him, they created a plan. We're going to get this lady to figure out why this man got so much strength, why he got so much power. So, let's read what happened. Where you at, Bubba G? I'm in Judges chapter 16, verse 4. After this, Samson fell in love with a woman named Delilah, who lived in Sorok Valley. The 5 Philistines kings went to her and said, "Trick Samson into telling you why he is so strong and how we can overpower him. Tie him up and make him helpless. Each one of us will give you 1,100 pieces of silver." So they told Delilah, "Trick Samson into telling you these things and we'll pay you." So Delilah said to Samson, "Please tell me what makes you so strong. If someone wanted to tie you up and make you helpless, how could he do it?" She is telling him these things. Samson answered, "If they tie me up with 7 new bowstrings, that are not dried out, I'll be as weak as anybody else." So the Philistines kings brought Delilah 7 new bowstrings that were not dried out, and she tied up Samson. Do you understand what is going on here? Delilah is telling Samson, basically, tell me what makes you weak. And then Samson is giving her information. But Samson is not telling her the truth. Let's keep reading. So she tied him up. She had some men waiting in another room, so she shouted, "Samson, the Philistines are coming." But he snapped the bowstring just as thread breaks when fire touches it. So they still did not know the secret of his strength. Delilah told Samson, "Look, you've been making a fool of me and not telling me the truth. Please tell me how someone could tie you up." He told her, "If they tie me with new ropes that have never been used, I'll be as weak as anybody else." So Delilah got some new ropes and tied him up. Then she shouted, "Samson, the Philistines are coming." The men were waiting in another room, but he snapped the ropes off his arms like thread. Delilah said to Samson, "You're still making a fool of me and not telling me the truth. Tell me how someone could tie you up." He told her, "If you weave my 7 locks of hair into a loom and make it tight with a peg, I'll be as weak as anyone else." Verse 14, Delilah then lulled him to sleep, took his 7 locks of hair and wove them into the loom. She made it tight with a peg and shouted, "Samson, the Philistines are coming." But he woke up, pulled his hair loose from the loom. So she said to him, "How can you say you love me when you don't mean it? You've made a fool of me 3 times, and you still haven't told me what makes you strong." She kept on asking him day after day. He got so sick and tired of her bothering him about it that he finally told her the truth. "My hair has never been cut," he said. "I have been dedicated to God as a Nazarite from the time I was born. If my hair were cut, yes, yes, I will lose my strength and be as weak as anybody else. When Delilah realized that he had told her the truth, she sent a message to the Philistines' kings and said, "Come back one more time. He has told me the truth." Then they came and brought the money with them. Delilah lulled Samson to sleep in her lap, and then called a man who cut off Samson's 7 locks of hair. Then she began to torment him, for he had lost his strength. Then she shouted, "Samson, the Philistines are coming." He woke up and thought, "I'll get loose and go free as always." He did not know that the Lord had left him. Ooh, tragedy. The Philistines captured him and put his eyes out. They took him to Gaza, chained him with bronze chains, and put him to work grinding at the mill in the prison. But his hair started growing back. So what do we see here? Delilah was an enemy. She was like, "Samson, tell me your strength. Where do you get your strength from?" Meanwhile, she had the Philistines hiding. When he would say something, she would say, "They're here." He would say, "Philistines, Philistines, go get them. Samson, Samson, the Philistines are here." But he didn't tell her the truth at first, so he would defeat him. But then he gave up. He got tired of her asking, begging, so he just told her the truth. Bad problem. Big mistake. So what happened? They captured him because his strength was in his hair. They cut his hair. He had no power. So they captured him and put his eyes out. But his hair began to grow back. So let's read. Verse 23. The Philistine king met together to celebrate and offer a great sacrifice to their god Dagon. They sang, "Our God has given us victory over our enemy Samson." They were enjoying themselves, and so they said, "Call Samson and let's make him entertain us." When they brought Samson out of the prison, they made him entertain them and made him stand between the columns. When the people saw him, they sang praises to their God. "Our God has given us victory over our enemy, who devastated our land and killed so many of us." Samson said to the boy who was leading him by the hand, "Let me touch the columns that hold up the building. I want to lean on them." The buildings was crowded with men and women. All 5 Philistine kings were there. And there were about 3,000 men and women on the roof watching Samson entertain them. Verse 28. Then Samson prayed, "Sovereign Lord, please remember me. Please, God, give me my strength just this one time more, so that with this one blow I can get even with the Philistines for putting out my 2 eyes." So Samson took hold of the 2 middle columns holding up the building. Putting one hand on each column, he pushed against them and shouted, "Let me die with the Philistines." He pushed with all his might, and the building fell on the 5 kings and everyone else. Samson killed more people at his death than he had killed during his life. 31, verse 31. His brothers and the rest of his family came down to get his body. They took him back and buried him between Zorah and Ashdod in the tomb of his father Mana. He had been Israel's leader for 20 years.